What's up, guys? Josh with Navigate the Wild. Today we're out here at the lake. I just realized something. This old broken down bass boat that we fish out of doesn't have a name. I just realized that. We need to name this thing. Maybe Moby, you know? Anyway, we're out here fishing this morning, me and the missus. And it is a beautiful, beautiful morning. I didn't think that it was going to be as nice because it started raining when we came out. But I don't think the fish got the memo. We're not catching anything. I've had one nibble, but we're seeing a lot of action up against the bank here, which is interesting because during our spawn phase, the bigger largemouth will creep up in here and they will spawn up against the bank. So 2 years ago, I caught an 8-pound, 6-ounce in 2 inches of water. I literally saw it chasing or popping bait fish near the bank. And I cast my worm up onto the bank, and as soon as that thing hit the water, the bass took it. She was huge. It was awesome. But we're kind of in the pre-spawn phase, but we're seeing action. Now, that could be any type of fish. That could be, you know, brim chasing bait fish. It could be anything. But about a week ago when I was out here, I was catching stuff off the weed line with a rattle trap. Today, I'm seeing more action up here on the bank. What am I using? Well, right now, the thing that I've only gotten a nibble on this morning is a crawfish, June bug or pumpkin seed, whatever they call that. You see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm running it with no weight because it's a little bit of a heavier bait. And we're just trying to get it back here on the bank. But yeah, we're just out here having a great time. Not catching much. There we go, baby. A little guy. But he slammed that thing. Heck yeah.
Woohoo, we broke the ice.
We finally broke the ice. Really what sets the pros apart from guys like me is they're catching fish all the time. What I mean by that is like pre-spawn, spawn phase, winter, they're catching fish all the time. And guys like me, I love coming out here and fishing and catching stuff, but I do my best, it seems, in the pre-spawn and spawn phase. So that's the distinction. It's when you can read the water, when you can figure out what they're biting, and you can catch fish regardless of the setting. So we're out here on about a 5 or 6 acre pond on our hunt club that we fished for the last few years. And it's got a lot of fish in it, just not today. I have faith and persistence, and that's the name of the game when it comes to fishing. If you live in Florida, you know that right now is the time to be on the water. So there we go. Nemo going back in. They seem to be hitting swim baits. It's just so cool to be able to get out and do stuff like this. When I come out fishing, for all you guys that are getting into this, all you anglers that are getting into this, I don't want to exclude the ladies that want to get involved in fishing too. Because men, remember, if your woman fishes, if your woman fishes, doesn't sound right. But if she does, that means you fish more. If she's
outdoors, you can get her to come fishing.
If she fishes, then she's not crying when you're spending money on a new reel. What spells love more than a fishing rod?
That's what he got me for Valentine's Day.
That's right, I'm not dumb.
I know what's going on. Valentine's Day, he got me this red fishing pole.
Yep, that's what you do.
I'm catching seaweed over here.
Boys, if your women hunt, You come home with a new 308. I think I got a fish nibbling.
You got a fish?
I don't know. Yep, got one. Ooh, that's a good one.
Do I need the net?
No, but man, he took that right off the daggone. Yeah, I think. Damn, he's feisty. I'm bringing him over here. Now that's what we need. That is a good one. That's nice. Oh yeah.
So one of our tricks was to mark it on the back.
Yeah,
of
we
the
marked
bag.
the back of our bag. One in the boat. So he picked that up and then just started swimming with it. I caught that on my crawdad here. When he picked that up, I was like, huh, feels like a fish. But I just kind of watched it and he was swimming towards the boat. So really just a interesting thing, because a lot of times, you know, you're fishing for largemouth and they'll bump it and you'll feel it. It's distinct. You can't miss it if they do that. But bass just do what bass want to do, man. My grandfather would always tell me, he'd say, Josh, bass fishing is like it's patience. It's about patience. One thing I love about bass fishing is it forces me to slow down, relax, breathe.
Sabbath.
What's that?
Sabbath.
It's a Sabbath. This is exactly what Jesus would have been doing. So my grandfather, when I finally started fishing seriously, he didn't have any hands anymore. So we never really got to like get after it. But I'm told that he was one of the best fishing men in my sphere, that he could cast like nobody's business. My uncle used to tell me that he would put a bullet weight on the end of a line and he would cast it into a coffee mug, a coffee tin, like a Folgers tin. So he would always talk to me about casting and patience and letting the bait do what it needs to do. So he caught this 10-pound, I think it was 8 or 9 ounce largemouth. And for bass fishermen, the number 10 is like the lucky number. That's the trophy number. Anything above that is considered a trophy. But he told me the story. He says, I went out, he was fishing a bar pit, and he casts out. He says, Josh, I keep my bail open. I put my rod down. He goes, I reach into my front pocket on his shirt. I pull out my Marlboro Reds. He goes, I light one up, and I smoke the whole cigarette before I move that bait. That's what he told me. He says, as soon as I move that bait, this fish grabs this daggone bait and takes off with it, crushes this thing. Just such a cool story. I have yet, I'm 42. People are going to be like, what kind of fisher person are you? But I'm 42 and I have never caught a 10-pound. My biggest on this pond or on this lake, whatever you want to call it, was 8 pounds, 6 ounces. I thought it was a 10. I thought it was a 10. And I caught it out of my canoe. Me and my wife fished all morning, kind of like this morning. If you remember, babe, we didn't really catch anything.
Nope.
She caught one that was just legal, and then I cast. She saw this popping near the water.
Yes, I should get half credit because
you get
I
half
told
credit.
You where to put your rod.
I have this perfect. It's one of those casts that are like, that was perfect. You know, God gives you a little extra oomph. You know, it lands exactly where it needs to land, bounces on the bank, hits the water, and as soon as it hit the water, the bass takes it. Absolutely nuts. Oh, Papa, that was a freaking cast.
Oh, it was off.
We're just going to take a little extra time around that because that was beautiful. I wish I could go, that's where I meant to put it. I love those guys. They're like, yeah, man, just, you know, that's where I meant to put it. It's like, no, you meant to put it in the vicinity, bro. You ain't no pro. You ain't no pro at this. You like me. Just the average Joe.
Father God, just ask for a fish. Not for
Meg
Josh.
was praying for me.
For me, let me clarify.
Be specific.
Father God, I would like a fish.
Be specific,
My
sister.
little fishy. Come on.
Be specific. He's like, yup, I will give your husband a fish. You know what I realized? When I watch Meat Eater, I just realized this. When I watch Meat Eater, I see Steve Ranella go ice fishing. He goes spear diving. He has never had an episode where he goes largemouth bass fishing. Ever.
What?
That is crazy. Because he does a little bit of everything. Trapping, squirrel hunting. That is crazy to me. Oh,
Well, that's on camera.
we'll cut that out. Edit that out.
I'm coming next to you because I think all the fish are at the front of the boat. I think they're hiding.
I always get accused of that.
They're hiding up here.
Obviously, they're at the front of the freaking boat.
Yep.
If I catch a whopper back here, that's going to be funny. We're all over the place, folks. We're all over the freaking place.
Yep.
How you feeling up there?
Like I can keep it straight, not.
What's that?
So steering the boat is kind of fun, actually.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
Is it annoying?
No, it's fun. I feel like I need a captain's hat.
My wife doesn't realize this, but I tricked her into steering the boat so I could fish more. Did I just lose that bait? Oh,
What's your second bait today?
that hurts.
Oh,
That hurts. Well, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have fished in there, and I did. That hurts.
we're like holding still right
All
here.
right, well.
Was that your red
Weedless.
one?
Weedless and weeds, guys. Remember that. Weedless and weeds.
Baby, was that your red one you lost?
Yeah.
No, you like that
My
one.
red rattle trap. Daggone it. Yep.
Woo!
Little feisty sucker.
Bye-bye. Live to swim another day.
Again, picked it up slow. It's taking its time. I just saw the line tighten a little bit. A lot of the times with these smaller bass, when they pick it up from the tail. And so if you don't wait a few seconds and let them inhale it, you'll miss them. You'll pull it right out of their mouth. They're just too tiny. Every spot looks like a fishy spot. Every spot. Bring us in, sister. Yep, bring that nose in. Yep. And then kind of like whip it around. Getting closer. Yep. Go a little more right. No. There, yep. Whipping us around. Just a little closer. Bring us closer. Don't abandon your post.
I can't.
Bring us closer. There.